Foxx, and once again, welcome to my channel, which for some reason I always seem to be in my bathroom, my ensuite when I'm making these videos. But if you're new here, welcome, subscribe, click below. You never know what you're gonna get. And if you're coming back, welcome back. Great to see you again. So look at my hair. Last time you saw me, I had faux locks, but they're gone. I actually had 2 sets of faux locks this summer. One lasted about 2.5 to 3 weeks, and I used just store-bought lock extensions, and I crocheted them. The second one lasted about 6 weeks, and I actually would not have taken it down, but because I knew I really just wanted to wash my hair well. And that time I used boho locks, which I actually loved. The first set itched, and this set didn't. Loved it, looked great. I'll insert a picture so you can see it. But I think that I took some time this summer, over the 8 weeks that I had the faux locks in, just not doing anything to my hair. I actually had gotten it cut and colored right before. And have been really thinking about going back to locks. Now, many of you may know, if you followed me as a writer, that I had sister locks for 15 years. And I went through several stages of them. I love them. Then about 5 years ago, I decided to cut them off. Maybe a little bit more than 5 years. It was when I moved to Washington State. And my excuse then was that I didn't like the spaces that came in my head when I first had them done. You know how sister locks can look. I'll show the pictures of that. When you first get it done, there's a lot of spaces. And some people love that, but I didn't. And then moving from a warm place, California, to Washington, where it's not necessarily cold, but it could rain, and I was not a hat wearer, I decided I wanted to go. And I just wanted to change. But over this time, I think I want to go back, and you can see I put some little locks in my head last night, trying to experiment. I'll probably have to do those over anyway because they're too big. They'll puff up later, knowing from my lock journey before. But there's several reasons why I want to go back to locks. I probably will not go back to sister locks. Let's talk about that. Sister locks were great. I think I was the first one in my family, and now like my whole family had sister locks. I mean, my kids have sister locks. My husband has now what is brother locks. The boys had locks. My sister and my everybody had locks, sister locks specifically. And I love them, they were great. But for me, I think I found out my hair is kind of, it's not straight, but it's fine. And so I would need a whole lot of them. And I want just a bigger lock. I want a micro lock that looks like my husband's. And I took the sister locks retightening class. I'm not a sister lock person. I took it because at the time, both of my girls had sister locks, and I needed to be able to do them, to retighten them. And I still use that technique on my husband. But I want mine to be his size, which are more micro locks. One of the reasons I want to go back, I'm tired of my hair looking like this. Curls do what they want to do. Some days it's good, some days it's bad. But I find that I am focusing on my hair too much. My lock journey taught me to just be free, to let my hair do what it do. I had to learn how to be me. And it's really great when you have that freedom, yourself just shines through when you're not thinking about your hair. Sometimes curly hair just does what it wants to do, and you never know what you're gonna get, and it's always at the most inopportune time. This is how I woke up this morning, and my little space where I started my locks right there. But tired of that. So that's number one. Number two, the products. I have a drawer and cabinet full of stuff like this. I went from a curl box where I got new products that I was maybe never gonna try every month, to raiding Target, going in, seeing what they have. Even when I travel, going out of my way to find Targets, because different areas will have different things, and I don't particularly live where there's a place where there's a lot of people with curly hair. So it was always more interesting to go to Atlanta or South Carolina or wherever I was traveling, and had to make a special trip to get the products. But then I would see reviews online, and I would buy products then. I would just put them in my Amazon cart. Way too easy, and I'm sure I would save thousands of dollars a year just for doing that. 3 is time to get dressed. So I woke up like this. I could put on a hat and go, but that wouldn't be very professional. It looks dry, so I want to do something to it to make it look better. And of course, a lot of the dryness is because I've colored my hair over the years, and it's fading and does the things that people's hair my age is doing. It's pretty thick, but I'm going to sit here for a few minutes and play with this water bottle and whatever products to get it to look how I want it to look before I go. On the weekends, sometimes you just want to get up and go, and I can't do that because I'm always zhuzhing my hair. I get up before I exercise, and I zhuzh my hair before I get on the Peloton bike, so we want to minimize the zhuzhing. When I had locks, I almost never had a bad hair day. Now, I did Google myself to look at my locks, my lock looks over the years when I first got them back in like 1999. And there were some good ones and some bad ones. And so I took a page from that and said, well, this is what I want my locks to look like. This is what I don't. So they'll probably be a little bit more sculpted this time and not really, really crazy long as they got. At one point they were like down my butt, and that was too long. I couldn't sleep. I had to cut them because I felt as if I was tied up with ropes or something at night. You know, if I'm gonna be tied up, it's not my hair that I want to do. Then there is travel. So because I use so many products, or want to use so many products on my hair, and my hair is dry enough, it always looks dry when I'm like this. It didn't look dry when I had locks. That every 3 to 4 days I'm washing it. Sometimes I get a week out of my wash and go. When you travel, you have to carry products. And why is it that the hair products never come in the tiny 2 ounces or 3 ounces or whatever we needed to do? So I would spend time before every trip repackaging the things I wanted to take to make them travelable. And then you never know what the atmosphere is going to be like, because that affects how the products work on your hair or change what your curl looks like. And so you will always carry more stuff than you like. So that made these cute little 1-bag trips that my husband and I like to take really hard to do. As you can see, I've already started them. If I think of some more, I'll add them on here. It looks good on me. So the idea that one of the Locs, or the things that Locs taught me over the 15 years that I had it, was that you can't get anybody else's locks. And it taught me to be patient. So every day you get up and you look in the mirror and it was what it was, and you might have put it in a ponytail, or if it wasn't long enough to put in a ponytail, you sort of arranged it and you left. That was it. So it taught me patience. It gave me confidence since I wasn't worrying about my hair. I think I was more me. My personality came out. I was able to swim whenever I wanted to swim without worrying about what my hair was going to look like, or worrying about an oil slick or whatever product coming down into my face. Yeah, so those are the main reasons. The funny thing is, I reached out to the guy that used to do my hair, or who started my locks for me the first time. He was at Your Best Image in Austin, Texas. Loved him, he was great. He was an older gentleman. He originally was a barber, and he decided to become a sister lock person. And the first time I got locks, he said to me, oh, you don't want locks, don't you want to wear a small afro? I think I've been wearing a small afro for 5 years, but he said he wanted like a real sculpted barber cut. And I was like, but then I'll have to go to the hairdresser or the barber every week because my hair grows so fast. He insisted I didn't, and after he fought the good fight, we went ahead and we got locks put in, which is a really interesting approach for someone who does locks for a living. I think people think that he did that because people think that locks are without maintenance, and they're not. You have to maintain them, which is why I took the sister lock retightening class and learned how to do locks, micro locks with a hook. I'll be doing my own locks. So I reached out to him this time and said, hey, would you never gonna believe this, but I'm gonna go back to locks. And he's like, no, I'll never believe it. Would you consider a barber cut? And it's interesting to me that his sales hasn't changed. I'm not going to him because I don't live in Austin anymore. It'd be a long way to go to get your hair done. And frankly, there seem to be more resources here in the Pacific Northwest for me to get my natural hair done than there were in Austin. But again, this is now, 20 years later. But he gave me the same spiel, and I'm still there. I'm not shaving my head off. Although when I was sick, I was prepared to. I didn't have to. I just think it's just too much forehead to make that happen. So I'll take you with me on my lock journey, and I'll update you as we go. I'll show you the cabinets of stuff as I show them out. I'll do the Camiilli method and clean out the hair products, or really probably just move them to my daughter's room because she has butt length hair, natural hair, and uses a whole goo gab of stuff on it. I know that she will never go back to locks because she had so much hair, and she shouldn't. She's starting her professional journey. Not that locks are not professional. I have a professional job. I had a professional job when I started my locks before. It's just that she needs to find her own hair groove. Everyone needs to find their own hair groove. You can't look at someone and say, I want my curls to look like yours. I want my locks to look like yours. One of the main things I learned is you get what you get. You get what God gave you, and you have to be at peace with that. And I think I was more at peace with locks than I am with whatever I get the morning when my curls feel like it. I think I've been putting in little locks in my hair, or baby locks, for about 2.5 days. I give it 2.5 because the first day I only did like 4, and then just to see what it would look like, and then worked on it some. I guess that was Tuesday, and then Wednesday night I really spent some time, as you can see. Really, no need for a wig yet. I think it's gonna be cute because my haircut is good, but they just kind of blend in. You can't really tell what's going on unless you look at me closely. And frankly, there's no one at work that has the courage enough to ask me any questions, either because, I think there's one other Black woman at work. She works in HR, so I never see her. And then there's me, and then I've changed my hair so much that people usually just avert their eyes because they're afraid to say anything. And that's good. I'm good with that. So we'll see. If it gets too crazy, then I will, like I said, pull a wig out and wear that for a while. I've done that before too, so it won't be anything new. But I'm gonna try to pretty much do all of the in front of my ears and have someone else do the back of my ear. Actually, the person who was here in Seattle who did my sister locks for me when I had sister locks, and the person who cut them off is a very good friend of mine, although she no longer does hair. So she has committed to help me do that. So what I'm doing actually is I do my parting and then I pin it back, and I've been sort of working in a row. And then I work on that while I'm watching television, which is really slow and tedious because I don't have a mirror. I part it and pull out what I think, section off what is going to be 2 locks. Then I go sit down and I work on them, and then I go do that again. So last night I was catching up on ambitions, and I must have gone to the bathroom to look in my hair like, I don't know, 6, 7 times in an hour to make sure the parting was good. I used a lot of clips to keep everything out of the way. So we'll see. And the rest I just zhuzhed this morning, so it kind of looks like this. The trick is I don't want to, if I have to wash it before I'm done, because my hair will be full of gunk, I don't want them to get messed up or unravel or anything. So I'll keep you posted on this journey. Another day of locking. You see my hair is getting flatter. So what I did was the first 2 days I did from here forward. So all of this is actually baby locks in formation. And then last night I did that same thing on the other side of my head all in one day. So that whole front half of my head, save for this middle piece, is locked. So I'm still blending it, going with not a wig or a hat today. I think that looks fine. We'll see how it goes. It's getting better. I may have totally made this side bigger than that side. I don't know, because when you first start, everything seems real small before your hair puffs up. But I'm gonna try to rock this top piece tonight and see if I can get it out of the way, and then I'll just be ready for my outside intervention or blocking help. So moving right along. I worked on my hair a lot last night. I did this whole top that I left out the first day, this whole thing, to see what it's looking like. I didn't remember that they were so small when I started before, but it takes, I guess, about a month for them to puff out, 3 weeks to a month, and look more lock-like. But the whole back of my head here needs to be done. So now I'm waiting for my friend who is a sister locks person, a loctician, and a hair person, to come over and help me out. The problem with that is our schedules have to coincide. So today, since I have a morning meeting, a girlfriend is pulling out a wig because it just looks a mess. And yeah, that's what I'm doing. Onward. It's been maybe 3, 4, 5 days since I updated on the progress of my hair. But as you can see, no, it's not completely done. It looks completely done, but it's not. There's actually a patch in the back about the size of my fist that still needs doing. I think hopefully you can see that. I still work a little bit at night until I get tired. So I think the whole thing is gonna take me about a week and a half to be finished. I am not waiting for the weekend so that my friend can finish it for me. I'm just gonna finish this out. I put it in Bantu knots overnight to make that spot blend, and so that I wouldn't look crazy like straw man. I wore a wig a couple of days. I wore her to work one day. She was real cute. I'll put a picture in here. I wore another dark wig another day. One day I wore a headscarf, which was a total fail because I think the scarf, I tried to use like an Hermes scarf or something, and I probably should have used a different kind. And by the end of the day, I figured it out, but it was then the end of the day. So onward, I'm going to be all locked eventually.